Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we are here to nourish our souls. I'm Nora Brazil, the host of this program, Soothing Pills of Trust, based on the book Pills of Trust by Dr. Diaz de Cruz and Andre Moreira. Thank you so much for being here. Today is chapter 34, our final chapter and our last day of this program. And the title is Serve and Love Now. What a beautiful, beautiful week to end, right? As a reminder that the biggest remedy of all really is to serve and love. Let's say our prayer as we begin tonight's study. Dear Mother, Father, God, Source, Creator, Light, thank you so much for this opportunity and for allowing us and granting us this space for transformation, for growth, for learning. And thank you for allowing us to come to the end of this program. We ask the spirits and our guides to help us discern our message tonight and to help us and give us that push so that we could always find ourselves in situations, either physically and thoughts, to serve others and love now. With that, we ask permission to end. All right, dear friends. So let's begin. So there are 7 points that Dr. Diaz de Cruz is helping us understand that will just make it more efficient, we can say, right? To serve and love others. The first one is, are we keeping our time management in check? It starts off saying, stop wasting time. Life is formed from a series of blessed circumstances. However, oftentimes they are hidden in the midst of our trials and battles to awaken our strength and talents. So friends, let's keep track of time. When we see time as a gift, right? When we see it as a brother, a sister, as part of our family, as something that's there for us, and we shift that mindset, I think that will help us hold hand by hand of time, right? And help us work through things to serve and love others. And through that experience, right, light starts to shine through us. The second point that he makes is start today, right? Take advantage of generous days of renewal that are full of opportunities to leave your own mark of love and service on earth. We need to start today, friends, right? Sometimes we ask advice of other beautiful friends whose intentions are absolutely beautiful as well. But no matter how many times we give advice, we're always going to find ourselves giving advice through our experiences, through our own life, right? So sometimes a person might not be in the same path as we are. So their advice on when to start, on how to start, on what to do might not be part of our path. That's why it's so important for us to renew ourselves, right? So that we have that mark, our own mark. That means everybody has their own special mark to leave on this planet. So let's start today. And this is a beautiful concept. Use my gifts, right? We're all been given different gifts. The best teams are really composed of many different gifts. Think of Jesus and the disciples. Each and every one of them had a beautiful gift, right? We are reminded to multiply our talents of the heart by offering your life precious goods that can be put into the service of the Lord. Make the light of consolation, comfort, and joy shine on in the lives of others, friends, and families. Know that every light disseminated from a brother's heart is a blessing multiplied and generously returned to one's existence. So no matter what, friends, no matter how much, it's really for us to take ourselves out, right? And think about others and be of service. And just trust that even though we are focusing our attention on others, it's really also going to be multiplied. That light is going to be multiplied on us as well, right? And beautiful is to use our gifts. I think the beautiful thing about this too is that introspection, that moment of being front to us in front of a mirror, facing ourselves. What's my gift? What am I here to do, right? So that action of really knowing ourselves is so beautiful. And then once we start to discover things and we can share that with the world, it's really a beautiful light. The next point number 4, is to love, right? Dedicate your days and your strengths to the ideal of love and peace in order to equally find both serenity and bliss on your path. We cannot go wrong with love. Why, friends? Because as we are serving, if we are seeing this service as a dedication, as a work, right? We've read another chapter 2 where we were reminded, right, that work really is dedication, workers of love, right? If we're in that frequency, we're not vibrating at a materialistic thing. Sometimes we help others and they might not reciprocate what somehow we thought, oh my gosh, right? But if we're serving out of love, we don't expect anything in return. We simply know that this is our calling and we just keep going on our path. God guides life with sovereign and infinite love and then counts on each of his children to be a divine instrument of his will. Let's pass it on. So as we are getting the light, as we are understanding things, as we are growing, right? We don't keep it to ourselves. We keep generating that energy, right? Almost like that concept, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. And us as energy beings, as children of God, instruments of his will, we are part of that beautiful plan. So we keep passing it on, passing on these hearts, all this service, all this love. And we start to, again, keep shining, keep spreading kindness. Know that you are immersed in a sea of magnanimous love, which orders and conducts everything so that disturbing demands or unproductive lamentations do not find space in your soul. It's so important to trust, friends, right? Because when we're trusting and we know that we're being embraced by this beautiful love, and everything falls into place. And that falls as well when we are serving others, right? If you've volunteered before, friends, you know there needs to be order. There needs to be a structure, right? And so when we are trusting, when we are vibrating, right, in this energy love, right, or this love energy, we're not going to find ourselves exhausted, right? These disturbing demands are not going to be so much on us that it becomes so overwhelming that, you're like, I want to give up. No, it's going to be balanced. Unproductive lamentations, right? When we are helping, if they say, if we're part of a team, it's time, pass out food. Sometimes we sit it out. Sometimes we have other things, right? We don't find ourselves just lamenting, complaining. Oh, I want to do that. I don't want to do this because this is not good enough. We've all been in situations like that. No, when we are immersed and we're trusting, we know that whatever task we get as we are serving, it is meant for us. It is very important, no matter how small or how large of a task it is. So it's so important because then, dear friends, imagine we've studied here in Kardec Radio. Dr. Anceloni has mentioned, the studies of the water, right? If it's in a piece of vibration, if it's love, it's peaceful, right? The water forms these beautiful geometrical shapes, right? So imagine, friends, that vibration. Imagine being in that sea. It's beautiful. So, Jesus in the book, Jesus in the Home has a great example, right? So where am I at? So now we should be asking ourselves, where am I at? Because, it's good to have the literature, but now let's pick up some tangibles, some stuff that we can take. And Jesus was so progressive in his time. He gives an example here, and I believe this is chapter 7, don't quote me, but it's page 30 and 31, right? And he has other examples of leaders at that time. But we're only going to focus on this one because this is the one that he says is an example of a true servant, right? And we're being called to serve and love. He says, he brought only a spontaneous smile that revealed a mind full of goodwill, guiding his industrious hands. He preached no spectacular doctrines. Instead, through gestures of pure and constant kindness, he rendered true worship to the Almighty. He began to make himself known, cultivating a small plot and decorating it with precious fruits and flowers. He talked with these companions in struggle, making use of the time in fraternal, spiritually uplifting teaching, and he told of his experiences to all who had a mind to listen to him. He worked with wood, planted useful trees, built houses, and set up a modest school. The community's activities were now presided over by the holy imperative of carrying out one's personal duties for everyone's benefit. And then he ends the chapter saying, talking about the greatest servants are, they bring, right, or the greatest servants bring good to people's body and mind, but those who educate the eternal spirit by teaching and serving stand above all, right? So when we are being asked to serve, we are teaching, friends. Let's be role models. Let's be like this great servant. There it is. It's not a huge deal. Everything he did was thinking about bringing some peace, some goodness to others, right? A smile, just being kind, opening up his home. If he felt somebody needed an uplifting message, there he was, right? It's those little things. And as we're looking at these images here, just different situations, so many ways that we can help nowadays, right? In the book, Minutos de Sabedoria, right? This is just a translation and a paraphrase. It's not the whole thing. It's so beautiful as we are reminded. Visit the poor and sick. At least once a week, dedicate a few hours to consoling an afflicted heart. The consolation that you take with sacrifice guarantees your fulfilling your Christian duty. Don't wait for them to reach out to you. Instead, assist the weak and comfort the heavy-hearted. Don't think that you are given more than you receive. Those who console and a sad heart are actually receiving much more than they give, right? So no matter how small or how big, friends, we are, reminded, let's be there. Let's console those sad hearts. And today with technology, it's great. It's so fast. It's so easy, right? Let's just do it. Come on, let's lift each other up and let's be there for one another. Let's serve and love. And the last point from this chapter is really to maintain our vibration. It's so important. As we are serving, we also want to keep that vibration. How? He says, elevate your soul to the altar of life by connecting yourself to good and beautiful thoughts which are both felt and lived. Feel the winter of your existence convert itself into an everlasting spring which embodies the joy of living. What a way, right? Think about this image. I saw this and closed my eyes and said, okay, what would be a great visual for this? Imagine us, friends, with a beautiful umbrella, lighted that way, the way it is, the little lights all around that umbrella, right? And sometimes we're walking and we have these showers that of unwanted trials, circumstances, vibrations, really, right? And if we're walking around with our umbrellas, with divine vibrations, right? We can protect ourselves. So it's so important that we renew ourselves, that we're constantly elevating ourselves, right? Carrying around these beautiful, beautiful umbrellas. And sometimes, friends, when we see someone who is still walking in that darkness, let's bring them in and share our umbrellas. And as Jesus said, let's teach them how to build those umbrellas. How did you get those lights on there? Let's raise each other up and let's be there for one another. All right, dear friends. So this is the beautiful lesson for today. We're going to sing the song Smile. All right. Because what a beautiful way to help, right? As Jesus reminded us through that great servant, it was really about uplifting. So let's uplift each other up in this vibration and sing this song to one another. Let me grab my guitar.
Smile even though it's breaking.
Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. All right, dear friends, with that, we ask the spirits to end not only the session, but this beautiful program. And thank you, dear friends, so much for allowing me to be your host and for being a friend during these difficult times. Until then, God bless you, and remember to always smile, right? And tune in to Kardec Radio, because there are many, many shows that are uplifting and help us to serve others. All right, dear friends, until then, God bless you. Super hug to all of you all. Lots of smiles, and hang in there, friends. Just keep on going. All right? And let's wear umbrellas. God bless you, friends. Bye.